Hi guys, it's me, Karimiah, and this episode is about auditioning for America's Got Talent. So, really, it depends on which area is closer to you. For me, it was Richmond, Virginia. So I had to drive like 5 hours away to Richmond, Virginia. And we left at 3 o'clock in the morning, so it was still dark out. So I was still tired because like I fell asleep at 12 because I was like I need to see what I was gonna want to bring with me if I wake up and I'm bored and stuff. So yeah, and so I was just also really excited. So I woke up at 3. And I made a little video on Instagram saying that I was going, and people were like, good luck. They messaged me saying good luck, and yeah. And so we were driving, and one of the coolest things I saw on the journey was when we were in Washington, D.C., and there was a casino. And there was a huge Ferris wheel, like a huge Ferris wheel, and it was light. It had lights on it. It was glowing up. It was so cool. And we ended up having to stop at a gas station, and my mom was like, "Get something to eat," because I was actually really hungry. So that happened. And then I bought a souvenir, and then we were like on the road again. And so yeah, we ended up driving for another couple hours, but I fell asleep, and it was like 8 o'clock or 7, something like that, around that time when I woke up, and we were in Virginia, but we weren't in Richmond, Virginia. So we stopped at this like little truck stop thing, and I had to use the bathroom, so I did the bathroom, and then we took a picture near the sign, and it was a map, and it showed where all the places were, and then right in the middle was Richmond. So I just did that, like that, Richmond. So yeah, that was cool. So we kept driving, and then we ended up getting there, and we had to park in a one of those, I forget what they're called, parking garages or whatever thingies, where there's like levels of where you can park your car. So yeah, we had to park up in there, and like right at the sign where you have to pay to get in, it said America's Got Talent auditions, and my mom was like, "We're here," and I was like, "Yay!" And like nerves started kicking in a little, but I was like, it's just like singing in front of strangers like I usually do. So yeah, and I was so nervous that I actually threw up. That's a bad thing to say, but yeah, I threw up. And so then we go to the building, and we have to wait outside for like 3 to 4 hours, and it was raining off and on. There were like thousands of people in line, and they were dancing, singing, doing their talents, just practicing and warming up. And I was just standing there, and then there was this girl that I saw, and her name was Gracie, and me and her were talking, and we became, I guess, friends, as what, I think we became friends, because we were really bonding. We were like hanging out, goofing around and stuff. We walked around checking out other talents, like singing. I went there for singing, and she went there for singing and guitar. And then we saw this guy named Chris Cook, and he was there, and he was playing his guitar and singing, and it was actually really, really good. Yeah, and he's actually going to be on there on May 9th, I think. And I was being really friendly to people. I was like, oh, you sound good. Good luck. I was just doing that, and like, I had my makeup all done. I was dressed up in really nice clothes, and just, that was when I didn't have my roots in, and yeah, I looked good, decent. And so then it started to rain off and on, and I was like, oh God. I was like, my makeup's gonna mess up, all of that, but it didn't. And we were still online and talking to people. And then there's this huge high school or college marching band, and they're across the street. They were actually auditioning for, to, make it on the show, and actually audition in front of the judges. And like, they're like busting out music, and we're all like, woo! And there are people rapping, dancing, and like recording, and Chris was getting a lot of attention. He was. And me and Gracie started singing, and people came up and started recording us, and they were like, how old are you? And we were like, we're 14, and they were like, you guys have talent, and we were like, thanks. And yeah, and I gave out my Instagram, and some of the people actually followed me, and I followed a lot of the people that, gave me their Instagrams. Like, I followed Chris Cook. Yeah, and then after like 3 hours, we make it into the building, but then you have to like go up this escalator. I think that's how it's pronounced, right, Dad? Escalator. Yeah. And so like we have to like wait in line for like another like 20 or 15 minutes. And then we have to go, like, we got our numbers, we had our numbers on and everything, and we took pictures. We're like, yeah, I made it. And there was this girl going around taking pictures, and she, like, if she, like, saw you and you were in the picture, she went up and was like, well, I need your email and where you're from just in case they use it on the website. And I was like, oh, okay. And she couldn't read my handwriting because of my A's. And so then she was just like, just tell me the stuff. So I just was like, my name's karimiahyienger. I gave her my email and blah, blah, blah. And then, so like, we were done, and then we went up, and the lady was like, what's your number? Like, not house number, but And we had to give her my registration number for it, and then she had to see my school ID. You have to be 18 or older to audition without an adult, but I had to take my aunt and my mom with me. So yeah, I had an adult, and they had to show their IDs, and I had to show my school ID. And then I had to give them, like, then they gave us this registration paper, like, form, and we had to go into this huge, like, ballroom, because they had, like, 5 ballrooms, and we had to go in one of them. And so we got like 30 minutes maybe, and we had to fill it out. I think it was shorter than that, but yeah, I had to fill it out, and like, my arm was actually hurting because it was like really long. So my mom was like, you tell me what to write and I'll write for you, because it was like hurting my hands, And my aunt actually went and got food, and she gave me a water because I wasn't really hungry, but I was really thirsty, because I was also sick. Like, I had a cold, and I had to take nighttime and, daytime medicine. Dayquil. I don't know why I said nighttime, but yeah. And then, like, they say the numbers, and they're like 10 through blah, blah, blah. So I had to go up. Gracie actually didn't get to, like, go and audition with me, like, because they take you in with groups of 10, and so, like, she wasn't in my group, even though she was, like, a number before me. I don't even know where she was. And so, like, we just went, and then I had to wait in like in the hallway where there was a bunch of chairs. It was a really big hallway, and there's people practicing. And then we went in, and of course I was like not last, but I was like second to last. And like there was a lot of dancing, and like JD, he was rapping and his brothers were dancing, and that was actually really cool to dancing. And like the lady was like, you have, you know, like 45 minutes, even though we're supposed to get a minute. And they're like, you're not supposed to record or you get automatically disqualified, like, from it. Like, you're not supposed to record when you're auditioning, so like your parents aren't allowed to record or disqualified. And like then I went, and I, like, the judge, like, she was a producer. She was really nice, and like she was just standing there and was like that, basically, like, and then she actually said my name right, and I was surprised because a lot of people who don't really know me, like substitutes, they say my name wrong, and I'm like, it's Karimiah, not Karimia, or blah blah blah. And then so I was like, yay. And then I said hi to her, and I started singing, and I sang Someone Like You, and it was by Adele, and it was the Never Mind, I'll Find part. And she actually started smiling, so I think that I have a good chance of making it. But yeah, then we left, and we drove home. Everybody was like, how was it, blah blah blah. Yeah, so, and I actually have the my number, because you get it's a sticker. It's actually on my bed frame. And yeah, maybe next time I'm in my room recording a video, I'll show you it. And yeah, this was Karimiah sharing America's Got Talent auditions. Bye. Well, follow me on Instagram. It's karimiahyienger. I'll write it down on the description below. Like and subscribe, and I find out the results this month. Bye.